Hello, welcome to this review of LEGO Marvel Spider-Man Set 30679 Venom Street Bike. This has 53 pieces, rated for ages 7+, and will cost you about $4 to $5. It came out at the beginning of February 2024 and has no current retiration date. Without further ado, let's get into the review. Starting off first with the figure, it is a singular Venom figure, which is pretty nice for a polybag build to have a figure, because not all of them do, like a lot of most Star Wars ones, which is kind of annoying. But this is a Marvel one, so we don't have that problem. But yeah, it's a pretty decent figure, no leg printing or anything, but it's a Venom figure, so you can't really expect too much printing on it, because there's not a ton of detail to print. But yeah, it's a pretty nice looking figure overall. And without further ado, we should get into the set itself. Now, the build of the Venom Street Bike here is pretty straightforward and simple, with this kind of bike base here with the rest of the bike, of course, built around it. Then there's a basic seat for one person. You could probably get another figure on here if you wanted to, using these couple studs, but it might mess with the look of it a little bit. But yeah, it's a pretty cool build with even a little stud shooter feature here. If we fire at our figure here, if I can hit him. Apparently I cannot hit him, but yeah, it's a pretty decent little build. I do like the detailing with the these pieces here. I'm not sure exactly what to call them, but they're pretty neat little like detail pieces, especially for Venom. Definitely fits the like fluid look that usually goes along with the Venom, kind of like we have here with the the Venom head series stand thing. I don't know what to call that series anymore, because it was like helmets, now it's kind of like heads and even like hands and stuff for like the gauntlets and stuff. But yeah, it helps to add with the more fluid look of the bike overall, which is pretty nice. And of course, since it's a polybag build, it's not super like crazy. It's not supposed to be super big or anything. It's a very nice polybag size build. Although, one thing I do gotta say, if I can move the packaging here, is with the Venom figure on it, it is rather oversized, not gonna lie. I do kind of prefer the other styles of bikes and stuff that they have done in the past to these more brick built ones that they've been doing a lot, like even the little pull and go bikes. There's some cool ones of those, and you probably could have made a cool Venom one, but then again, that would not be very many pieces and wouldn't work well with the polybag thing, just because it would be like 20 pieces or something like that probably. But still, I think it might have worked a little bit better and would have been a little bit cooler, just like more size appropriate for minifigs, as opposed to this buildable like Venom bike here. I'm looking around to see if I have any just sitting here on hand. I'm not exactly noticing it currently. I have a whole bunch of sets and stuff that I have ready to review soon, so definitely stay tuned for that stuff. But unfortunately, no bikes right now to compare it to. But yeah, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Some of the older bike styles and stuff that they've done, even like the classic street bike that came in a lot of police sets, which I do not have out currently. I do have a few of them hiding away somewhere, but I can't go grab them right now. But yeah, I think something like that might have just worked a little bit better for the size of the figure here rather than the brick built one that we did get. And because of like polybags such as the Captain America bike and like sidecar that came out quite a while ago for is either Winter Soldier or First Avenger. It might have even been Civil War. I'm not exactly sure what movie it was released for, but with that you could see the another idea with said bike that I was talking about, with a little sidecar attached to it to get you some more pieces there and help entice people to buy it. I just think that might have worked a little bit better for the figure, and I tend to prefer that look because it fits better. Like, it looks better on roads with other vehicles and stuff, like other Lego vehicles. But I'm going a little bit deep here into bike designs and stuff, like Lego motorcycle designs and stuff like that. But hey, why not? It's a review. Yeah, I do like this bike overall, but I don't think it's ever going to make its way into my city, which is kind of currently torn apart right now. I'll explain in a later video, maybe even this weekend. But yeah, I don't mind the look of it. Definitely not horrible, but I definitely would have preferred like a more classic Lego street bike as opposed to the brick built design that they went with, and they seem to be going with for a lot of like the Marvel style sets and stuff, with just these massive oversized bikes. I'm sure you've noticed some of them in the past. I think even with Ninjago had a lot of them where it's just like, this is a motorcycle, but it's like 30 times the size of a normal minifigure and stuff like that. It's just like way out of scale and stuff. But yeah, it's not a horrible set overall, and yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend like totally picking up unless you're like Marvel fan, you really, or you like have a kid or something that likes Lego, likes Marvel, then go ahead, pick it up. Not bad. It's definitely a fun toy for like a kid and stuff, especially since there's the spring-loaded shooters, I keep mixing that up, stud shooters on either side and stuff. But if you're into like the looks and stuff, like modular buildings, some of the Speed Champions cars and stuff like this for like display and stuff, I wouldn't really recommend spending another $5 on this unless you like just kind of, yeah, unless you just kind of like wanted something small to build randomly, which is not a bad benefit to little builds like this. Just something small to build whenever you feel like it and don't have time for a large set. But again, not great for display, probably won't make its way into my city, and will probably just sit on a shelf somewhere or in a drawer until I maybe eventually tear it apart for pieces. But yeah, it's not a horrible build. I just am not a huge fan of the look of it. It looks pretty chunky and stuff. Like, it doesn't look horrible from the front, but from the side and like top, it kind of looks, it's a bit like chunky compared to the minifigures themselves, which is probably why it's not going to make its way into stuff like that. But definitely for a kid or something like that, they might enjoy this little build because it's not too terribly complicated. You got that big base on the bottom, so it's not like you're starting totally from scratch almost. You kind of have like a little bit of a base to go off of as you're building it. But yeah, it's a decent set. Would I recommend picking it up? Yeah, again, depends. I've already just explained that, but yeah, it's definitely not my favorite, but it's not a horrible set either. And without further ado, have a good one, and we'll see you later. Bye.